Can we fix this thing?
We got this wacky device into our shop today. It's time to find out if we can fix this thing. So this thing is apparently a tool that they use for like sewers and water lines to listen into the lines when they're doing construction. It's got this service manual here that looks like it's in German. And it came in this chest with these other accessories. The customer complains that there's no sound. So if we can get audio in here, we can consider this to be fixed. So we got the fresh batteries installed, and when we try to turn it on, there's no signs of life. I'm gonna try plugging in the atomic plunger that came with it and see if that yields any different results. Oh, now we're getting something. Okay. All right, let's put the headphones on and see what happens. Yeah, no sound. Testing it with a speaker now so you can hear it, and other than static when you first plug it in, we're still getting no audio from this thing other than static. So I connected the rod thingamajigger, and it has this button. When I press it on a metal object, I get feedback on the dial. So I'm assuming there is supposed to be audio feedback whenever I'm pressing this, which I'm not getting. So I'm gonna tear it open and see if I can get an audio to play when I do the same test. And then we'll pretty much know it's fixed. Let's open this thing up. Immediately you can see some rust here. This thing is meant to work with pipes, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets wet. And you can see the paint peeling, so we likely have some corrosion inside. We'll find out. So here's what it looks like inside. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this grounding wire and take a closer look. Looks like these just pull right out. Now here's the headphone jack itself. What would have been nice is if one of these were disconnected or corroded, but they both appear to be attached just fine. That would have been an easy and obvious fix, but it looks like it's something deeper. This first board with the yellow wires appears to be connected to the instrumentation, all the dials and such, which appears to be working. We're just not getting audio. And the audio wire seems to connect to here. So I'm gonna check the connections on this, and I'm gonna focus my attention on this board, which it connects to. Another piece of note would be this volume knob here connecting to this mini control board. Volume is directly related to the headphones, so our culprit might exist here as well. I checked everything over, and especially down here, I wanted to triple check that nothing has came loose from rusting or whatnot. Everything down here seems to be connected just fine. So I'm gonna start taking a look at the boards. Now we have it literally pulled all apart. So my theory is, if I replace all these old capacitors, will the sound come back to life? I don't know. What I do know is they are looking a little bit puffy. And I was told that this is a very valuable device. So I say we just replace all these old capacitors and see what happens. Okay, so I just ordered all these capacitors. When they come in, I'm gonna replace each and every one by one, and we're going to see if that resurrects this strange machine. Here's the replacement capacitors. First new cap on, let's do the rest. Here it is with all new capacitors. Let's put it back together and see if it's fixed. Here goes nothing. Now we're gonna give some attention to this board. We're gonna replace these two transistors and these capacitors here.
He did it! Or at least we think he did it.
Well, I'm getting sound. I don't particularly know what I'm supposed to be hearing, but I'm getting sound. Maybe I can hook this up to a speaker.
Look at this thingamabobby. Oh!
You heard that?
Yeah.
Ow!
Oh, that sounds painful. Yeah. It's a serious, like, techno beat, like industrialist, hardcore industrialist beat. Look at this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Look at this fucking thing.
Jesus. From something, or no, from nothing to something.
Okay, for good measure, because the connection was quite fidgety, we have a brand new solid jack with big solid solder job. This thing is ready to rip. Here we go, getting it all put back together with the nice new blue capacitors. Here's the aftermath, all the components replaced. We basically rebuilt this thing as best we could, and as far as I can tell, the atomic plunger is now working. Okay, I got some PC speakers set up so that you guys can listen firsthand to what I've been hearing in the headphones this whole time. Here's what the atomic plunger sounds like whenever we have it hooked up to PC speakers. You can hear it's like a crackling sound. It's supposed to detect running water. I looked up how these things work. It's actually kind of cool. You're supposed to listen for like water flows, and as it gets louder and louder, you can detect where, say, under a road or a sidewalk, where like a water main is leaking by listening to this sound. Now you won't hear much unless we're changing around the settings on here, because there's no water flowing beneath us. But you can hear it's most definitely picking up on whatever it is that's going on in the floor. The atomic plunger is fixed.
Have a nice day.